Guys, welcome you once again to my channel. Today we are going to be making this beautiful handkerchief gown with cut together sleeve. If today is the first time you are coming across my video, thank you so much for stopping by. And if this is what you are interested in watching, then you're welcome, and let's get into the video without wasting much of our time.
So I'll be using this pattern paper to draft the upper bodies, while the down part of the gown, which is the flare part, I will draft it directly on the fabric. Okay.
So I'm going to make use of my marker. I will do this place, and this will serve as our starting line. Okay, that's the shoulder line. On the shoulder line, I'll measure my half length, and the half length I'm using is 19 inches. I'm going to be taking 19.5 inches so that it will enable us to join into the lower part. Okay, I'll go ahead and mark the same thing at this point, 19.5 inches, and I'll use my ruler to join the point. So by this, I will be taking my shoulder to the bust point, which is at 11.5 inches. I will mark the same thing here so that I can get a straight line, 11.5 inches. So I'll now connect this point like so. So guys, at this bust point, I'm going to be taking my bust circumference divided by 4. So you mark your bust circumference divided by 4. Go ahead and add 1 inch for seam allowance. Okay. Then at the waistline here, mark your waist circumference divided by 4. Because I'm marking my own here, so you mark yours or the customer's own as well. Divide by 4. I'm going to be using 1 inch for that, so I will add it, and I'll go ahead and add extra 1 inch for joining allowance. Okay. Then for the dart, I will measure my bust span and divide it by 2. Bust span is a nipple to nipple measurement. In my own case, I have 8 inches. I'll divide it by 2. Then it will give me 4 inches. Okay. Then from that point, I'll come up about 5 inches and I'll connect it. So I'll measure the same thing at this point. That's nipple to nipple divided by 2. And I'll draw a line straight on this point. So here I'm going to remember this pattern we are drafting is for the front, but we are going to be using it to cut both the front and the back on the main fabric. So here I'm going to be taking 1/2 inch on both sides. That is for the darts, and this dart applies to both the front and the back. And I'll go connect it upwards to this 5 inches like so. Okay, I'll connect this side as well. But when I'm connecting the darts for the back, I'm going to extend it to this bust point. Okay, I'm not going to be stopping here. So I'll come to the shoulder line and I'll mark my neck width. The neck width I'm going to be using, you can see at the gown, one shoulder drop more than the other. So for the one that did not drop much, I'm taking 5 inches. Then after cutting, I'll open it and add more inches to the left side. So from this point, I'll measure my shoulder divide by 2. Measure your shoulder divide by 2. In my own case, I have 9 inches. So from this 9 inches, I'll add extra 5.5 inches. That is where I want my sleeve length to stop. Okay. So from this sleeve length, I'll come down 1 inch for shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to the neck width. Okay, on this 1 inch of shoulder slope, I'm going to mark my sleeve opening, and I'm using 9 inches. I'm taking 9 inches and I'll add half inch for joining it to the waistline. You understand? So, and I'll go ahead and mark half, add half inch upwards for joining the shoulder as well. For joining it at the shoulder, I'm marking half inch upwards like so. And I'll go ahead and connect it with my straight line.
I'll go ahead and measure the total of what I have on this shoulder line. Then I'll mark the same thing at this sleeve opening point so that we'll be able to get a straight line. And I'll use my ruler to join it, to join the points, okay, like you can see me doing.
So from this sleeve opening, I'll come in by 2 inches. Okay. And I'll connect it to the waistline with a curve. Go ahead and connect it like so. And I'll blend it well so that it will not be too sharp. So I just want to blend it to this first line. So guys, I've already added my joining allowance here. So I'll just cut exactly what I have here, and I've added my seam allowance as well. I'll go ahead and mark my neck depth. The neck depth I'm going to be using is 3.5 inches, and it's going to be serving for both the front and the back neck depth. And I use my cuff, I use the cuff part of my ruler to connect it to the neck width like so. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and cut out my measurements. Okay. Now go ahead and cut this part so. Okay. Cut this piece as well. So guys, after tracing it on my main table, I'm taking it the front on top the back, and this is going to be the right side. Then I'll come to this left side. You know the neck width that we took here was 5 inches. So I'm going to be adding extra 3 inches here. So I want it to drop to 3 inches. Okay. I'm going to be connecting the neck line to this point. Remember, we added half inch for joining allowance. So I'm connecting to this point. So the left side is going to start from here. So I'll go ahead and trim up this part. I just hope you understand what I did here. So I want the left side of the sleeve to drop more at the shoulder line. That is why I extended this side to this point instead of the 5 inches neck width that we mark on this side. So I added extra 3 inches to that 5 inches, making the neck width for the left side to be 8 inches in total. Do you understand? So I'll go ahead and cut out on my neck section both the front and the back pattern. So I'll first of all cut the front, then add my zipper allowance before I now cut the back. So I'm using this to cut the front. So I'll go ahead and secure it with my pin. So guys, I want to place the back pattern so that I can cut it together. Remember, the front is at the back. I fold it to the back, okay? But the back one, I'm folding it to the front so that at the end, the part that I want to drop more will be on the same side with the back one. You understand what I mean? So I want to cut it together and place it nicely, making sure I have 1 inch here for my zipper allowance. That is what I'm doing now. So I'm using my pin to secure it. I don't have much zipper allowance, but it's going to be okay because it's a stretchy fabric. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'll open the zip parts. So that in order to eliminate zipper bunch, I'll go ahead and trim here a bit. I'll trim off a bit from here. We did not ask much zip allowance. So that's why I'm not making it up to 1/2 inch. I'll just trim off a bit here, like so. Okay. So remember the left side has a different shoulder. So that is what we are going to go ahead and do now. So this is the shoulder for the front. And this is our front on. Okay. The back will come first. This is the back. And this is the left side. I'll go ahead and place this on top like this. So you can even remove this one because I'm working on the left side. So I'll place the front against the back like so. Okay. Then I'll place our pattern. You can go ahead and measure your another one here. But let me use what we have on the pattern. So cut it. Straight. Okay. So I'll now go ahead and cut out this our cuff part. I want it to curve well. So I'm adding a small cuff here. Okay. So I'll go ahead and cut it out, making sure that these are lying well so that I will not cut what I don't want to. and line this one. Then I'll go ahead and trim off here. And I'll trim it out. So guys, after cutting it out, don't forget to notch this part, this nipple to nipple point. Notch it so that when you put in your dart, it will be easy. Okay, then you notch it, or just make a straight cut there at that point. Just a small cut. You get it. Go ahead and cut the facing. Remember the two sides are not equal, so the facing for the front and the back are not going to be the same thing. So cut the facing. I'll do my fabric like so. Then I'll place the front one open. It's open, okay? So at this rope, you decide the length you want it to be. This is 2. If you want to be more than 2, you drive it backwards. Okay? So here we have up to 4.5 or even 5. So you can use 5. So make sure you have the same thing here. So this is okay. I'll chalk it all around. Okay? And when I bring out this one, I'll decide the length I want it here as well. So I'm going to be using 4. Make first a 5-inch length. Okay, so take 5-inch here as well. And I'll take 5-inch all around. So go ahead and cut out the facing for the front. So this is the facing for the front. I'll go ahead and sew it with 1/2 inch. Okay, then I'll flip it over to the back. Then I'll go ahead and cut the facing for the back side as well. The same way I cut the one for the front. Okay. And then there are 2. If the back is 2 into 2, so cut one side and make it 5-inch like I did for the front. So this is facing for this part of the back. Now we have 2 backs. Okay. So I'll cut the second one as well. Go ahead. Insert my darts.
So guys, at this point I had to insert my darts, measure half inch at that nipple point on the both side, you understand. So I have to give them the mark so that when I go to my sewing machine it will be easy for me to sew. So I inserted the darts on both the back piece and the front piece. The front piece came up 5 inches as I marked where while cutting it. You still remember, while the back piece came up to the bust point, that is at the nipple point. Okay, so that once I start stitching it, it will be easy and faster. Okay,
Remember what we added for the zipper allowance, just half inch. I will go ahead and sew it down with half inch. Okay. Then I'll join the shoulder with the half inch I added as well. Join the shoulder with half inch. The two shoulders. I use half inch to join it. Then after joining the shoulder,
when you look closely at the sleeve area, you will see that it has a turn of sleeve. So I'll go ahead and cut a band that I'll use for the turn of sleeve, which will be 2.5 inches on fold. Okay,
then I'll join it to the sleeve. Okay. The length of the band is going to be, we took 10 inches here, half inch for joining it upwards. So I must have joined it first at the shoulder line with half inch. So what is remaining here will be 9.5 inches. So the band I'm going to be cutting will be on fold 9.5 inches. So I'm going to be cutting a band from here. I'll fold it like so. So I'm cutting two of these. 9.5 inches. When you open it, you will have 19 inches. So I'm going to be cutting at 20 inches so that we will not have shortage. But if there is an excess, after drying it, I'll cut it out. Then I'm going to be taking 2.5 inches of fold as well. So I'm going to be cutting two of this band. Now cut the second one off the screen. Now go ahead and cut it out. So I'm going to be cutting two of this. Okay. So with that, we move over to the down part of the gown. For this down part, I measured a square of 30.5 by 30.5. So it's going to take care of both the radius and the length of the down part. So the full length, I minus the half length from it. So minus the half length from the full length of the gown. So the remaining, you add the radius. How do you now get the radius? You get the radius by dividing your waist circumference plus the zipper allowance that you're going to be using. So the waist circumference for zipper allowance divided by 6.28. So in my own case, the waist circumference is 41 inches. I know we added just half inch for zipper allowance. So 41 inches plus 1 inch zipper allowance. So we have 42 inches divided by 6.28. We have 6.68. So I'm going to be taking radius of 6.5 in approximation. So because I don't want to gather it at the waist, that is why I'm going to be reducing my radius to 6.5. So I'll mark 6.5 all round at this folded edge. You understand? Remember, this is a square of 30 and a half by 30 and a half unfold. Okay, I fold my fabric into four and I measure 30 and a half by 30 and a half. This is 30 and a half inches from up to down here. It's 30 and a half inches. So the same thing I have this side, 30 and a half inches. So you get what I mean. So you now take your radius, which is your waist circumference plus your zipper allowance divided by 6.28. That is for a full flare. So that is what I did, and I'm marking 6.5 inches all around here. Okay. So I don't want to have feathers on the waistline. So I will now go ahead and measure here to be sure that what I will have will give me exactly what I need. This 10.25. 10.25 times 4. Remember, this is on 4 fold. Times 4 give me 41. So this is okay because we are not going to be joining it at the tip here. Why joining it? You join it with half inch, right? So at that half inch, you'll be having about 11 inches, which will now be more than that 42 inches when you times it by 4 to give you 44 inches. So in that case, I will still come up half inch here before I cut it because I don't want that to show at all. I don't want any gathers. I want a situation whereby I'll join it and it will go straight. That is why I'm going to come up again by half inch before cutting this radius. I hope you understand what I mean. So, so when I'm joining it, I will not join it at the point where will give me exactly what I need. So I'll go ahead and open it on just one side because of the zipper we are going to be adding. So I'll open it on one side. Remember, don't open it on the folded side so that it will not turn to pieces. So this side that is in two folds, you open it on one of the folds. I believe you understand me. So I'll pick one here. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, give it a thumbs up. Okay, so guys, I'll go ahead and join the upper bodies, then I'll add my handkerchief flare. Okay, now come and show you as I did it. So guys, I'm gonna head to join my fabric. I've joined the pieces together. I've attached the facing for the front and the back, and I top stitched on the facing. Okay, then I'm gonna head to join the shoulder line. I also joined the band, the hand band. Okay, see the way I joined it. I joined it the back side of the hand, then I folded the band into two and I joined it. So I'm going to flip it front like so, and I will use a little stitch to hold it to the shoulder line here, as you can see. I'll use a little stitch to hold it at this point. Then I'm gonna head to use 1 inch allowance that I left to join the front and the back. I joined the front and the back from this sleeve to the waistline. Then I went ahead to join the flare, the handkerchief flare to the upper bodies, as you can see. So before joining it, I had to notch the middle of the handkerchief flare then join it from the middle. Look at the notch. So I notched it, then join to the zipper side, join this side as well. So I've gone ahead also to join the zipper, added the zipper to it. I've also hemmed the down part, and our gown is ready. So all I need to do now is to go and use a little stitch to hold this in place so that it will not be moving. Or you can use your hemming gun. You can use your hemming gun to hold it so that it will be stable. Okay. Look at the hand. See that? So guys, remember that our shoulders were not the same. As you can see in that picture, this one came up to the shoulder line very well, while this one went down the shoulder line, and while this one came up the shoulder line. So that is all for this tutorial. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please don't go without subscribing. Like and share this video, give it a thumbs up. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.